Polkadot just survived a $20 billion liquidation event that sent it crashing to 65 cents on some exchanges. Now it's back at $3, sitting right at historical lows. The chart looks brutal. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But here's what most people are missing. While price bleeds, the ecosystem just recorded over 1.2 million transfers in a single day. The Dow capped supply at 2.1 billion tokens, Treasury secured $4 million in funding, and developers are still building. So what's really happening here? Is this the accumulation zone everyone will regret missing, or are we headed lower? Let's break down the technicals, the on-chain data, and what I'm personally doing with my position. Let me show you what the 2-week chart is telling us. I've anchored my Fibonacci retracement from the December 2024 top at $11.60, down to the current lows around $3. In September, the price almost reached the 236 level, but it hit a wall right there. Price is trapped below all the exponential moving averages. The 10 and 21 EMAs are around $4, the 55 EMA is above that, and the 100 EMA is even higher. To even start thinking bullish, we need to reclaim that 21 EMA. Until then, the trend is down. No debate there. Since December, we've formed 3 descending trend lines. The first broke to the upside in April, the second in August. But that massive liquidation event, the one that wiped over $20 billion from the entire crypto market, created a third trend line. Breaking above this line is critical, but we're currently pressing the support below. Without breaking it, we stay in this downward structure. There's also a larger channel that's been in play since 2020. We're bouncing between support and resistance inside this zone, but the bias remains bearish until we see a decisive move higher. The Fibonacci RSI is printing its second red candle in the bearish zone. Momentum is weak. The visible range volume profile shows a point of control at $4.15. That level acts like a magnet, and if we can push back toward it, we might see some relief. Here's my honest take. For anyone looking to build a position, the green accumulation box between $3 and $3.80 represents a solid risk-to-reward zone. I'm personally dollar-cost averaging into this range. The risk is defined. The upside is substantial if I'm right. My stop loss for short-term trades is a weekly close below $2.80. That's the red dashed line. If we close below that, the trade is invalidated, at least for the short term. For my long-term bag, I'm holding no matter what. If we drop below $2.80, I'll reaccumulate around $2. Why? Because I believe in the project fundamentals and the multi-chain narrative. Eventually, price finds its footing. It always does when the ecosystem is alive. My take-profit targets are aggressive. First trim at $6.30, taking 30% off. Then $8.30, $11.50, $17, and the final target at $25. As I hit each level, I trail my stop to the previous target. Once I hit the first target, the trade becomes risk-free. Let's talk about what's happening beneath the surface, because this is where things get interesting. Polkadot's ecosystem recorded over 1.2 million transfers in a single day. That's not a dying network. The chart from October 13 shows consistent activity across multiple parachains, including Mythos, Phala, Hydration, Moonbeam, and others. The ecosystem is active. In Q3, the Dow made some significant moves. They capped the supply at 2.1 billion tokens. That's a hard limit now. They secured over $4 million in treasury funding for infrastructure, wallets, and events. The Sub-Zero proposal was approved. There were debates about accountability after some high-profile rejections, and votes are underway for stablecoins, governance seats, and smart contract infrastructure through the INC protocol. Governance is functioning. Developer activity remains strong. There are over 8,800 developers working on Polkadot across 461 repositories, with 676,000 commits. That ranks them 7th among all blockchains for core developers. Ethereum leads, but Polkadot is competitive with projects like Cardano, Suri, and Cosmos Hub. On-chain metrics paint a mixed picture. Polkadot currently has 1.5 million token holders, which ranks them 11th among all Layer 1 blockchains. Not bad, but not top tier either. Revenue over the last 180 days sits at $131,000, ranking 15th among blockchains. Transaction counts are steady at 19.9 million over 6 months, placing them 28th. Active users are at 69,000 monthly, ranking 23rd. These numbers are definitely not explosive, but they're stable. The network is functioning, people are using it, and developers are committed. The disconnect between price and activity is stark. Look, I get it. Most holders are underwater. If you bought near the all-time high of $55 in 2021 and didn't average down your cost to take profits during the March or December 2024 pumps, you're down significantly. That's the reality. But here's what I see. The fundamentals are resilient. The ecosystem is growing. Supply is now capped, which removes inflation concerns. Developer activity is consistent. And price is sitting at a level where downside is limited, but upside is substantial. I'm building my position between $3 and $3.80. I'm using tight stops for short-term trades, and I'm holding a core long-term bag regardless of volatility. This is a high-conviction play for me, but it requires patience. If you're considering entering, understand the risks. A weekly close below 280 changes the outlook. Until then, I'm accumulating. Polkadot's price action is rough, no question. But underneath, the ecosystem is alive with nearly 9,000 developers building. The technicals are bearish until we reclaim key levels, but the risk to reward at $3 is compelling. If you found this useful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I've covered Polkadot 8 times before, and if you missed those videos, check out the links on screen for 2 of them. They'll give you the full context of my analysis over time. Also, join my free Telegram group. The link is in the pinned comment below. I share updates and insights with the community there daily. Thanks for watching, never financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one.